Hey, what's going on, guys? Got another box opening video. This is Crimson Moon's Fairy Tale. This is the not really actually the very first, but the first English set that we kind of got in the States. There's another set that came out before this. It came out in Europe. Uh, yeah, this thing actually did not cost $85. Since these things are, this is the first set, it's getting more and more rare. It's actually a little bit more than this. So we're gonna crack it open and see what we get. Yeah. Notice see the box is a little beat up, but hey, this is the first set out of the Force of Will lineup, so why not? Adds a little bit more to that pizzazz. So one thing I will notice, you will notice, is that there are no mythic rares. This is back when Force of Will was still kind of doing the kind of like the magic kind of lineup with like commons, uncommons, rares, and all that. Super rares. Also, I don't think these guarantee a ruler. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I am looking forward to pulling at least one ruler. And as you can see, it has one of these rulers, and then there's some Japanese. That's a Japanese character right there. The rest of it looks mostly kanji. This one's actually a Japanese character. Maybe in Japanese, but it's actually in English. It says right there. You know, maybe opening these might be a bad idea. They might mark up in price. But fuck it. We're here for fun. We're here to open packs. Let's get this shit going. Also, if you do hear something in the background, I am playing a live video, watching a YouTuber play some stuff live. Okay, basket of Little Red. This thing searches apples. Probably one of the worst Cthulhu's in the game. Dead Man's Prince. I think this used to be relevant, pretty meta relevant. Enter target resonator in your graveyard and your hand. Alright. Then, of course, the Three Musketeers. I think Puss in Boots was pretty strong too. I knew for sure fairy tales were very strong too. Black Coffin of Vampires. Heavenly Feathered Robe. Uncommon. Aesop the Prince's Tutor. Ooh, Gilles de Reyes. Now this is a familiar old chap. Yeah, actually pretty strong. But for 6 now, might be a little bit too much. I don't know. I think it's pretty strong still. So it's an SR. Let's put it in SR area. Magic Stone, and of course we still get the foils, which is nice, and we get a foil rare. Commander of Werewolves, or Commander Wolves. It's a Nightmare and Werewolves. This card deals 400 damage to target resonator for each werewolf you control. For a 4-drop. Eek. Yeah, Force of Will was pretty interesting when it first came out. Put the fairy tales in a what if scenario. Like, what if Little Red was a werewolf? What if some fairy tales were also vampires, etc., etc.? What if Puss in Boots and the Three Musketeers were a thing? Speaking of apples, Clockwork Apple Bomb. And were-rabbits. Too bad the were-rabbits didn't really become a reoccurring thing, but I understand. I want to try other stuff. Dream of Juliet. This is a very versatile card. In the good days, destroy target addition, draw a card, or remove target resonator from the game, then put it into its owner's field. Lots of abilities just on one card. Anti-vampire, a mana dork. Total number of resonators and all magic. Oh yeah, another thing they had back then was chance standbys. Almost like trap cards in a way. You would set it down by paying for 2 mana, and then if you have the appropriate mana, basically a black and 1, then you can play this for free. It was weird. It was a little confusing back then. But hey, I think this is also... No, this is a tutor. If your ruler is Christie the Wind Tracker, your J ruler is Helsing the Vampire Hunter. You may pay 1 less to play this card. Search your main deck for a Wind Resonator. Reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your main deck. I don't think people actually uses this because it's not a quick cast, or in this case, it would be an instant. Field treasury item and a dual magic stone. Magic stone of deep wood. Now the thing about magic stones back then is that they would have this continuous ability. Treat this card as a wind magic stone and water magic stone, which would trigger the resonance abilities of other cards, usually rulers, J rulers. It's nice to see a magic stone so early. And a field castle. This is also a rare. Humans in control get 2/2. Pay a white, banish this card, destroy target addition. Maybe if we play those cards in Commander, they would actually be decent. I wouldn't know, because no one plays Commander. Force of Will. Granny by the fireplace. Whenever a werewolf enters the field, switch the attack and defense of this card until end of turn. It's a 10. I mean, it's a 1/12. Thick Granny. She has the thick ass. Precious. This one's actually pretty interesting. It's like moving your equipment or enchantment auras to another creature. It's actually a pretty interesting card. And the most broken combo, or the finisher, Pumpkin Witch, black and 2. Enter. Resonators you control gain flying and swiftness until end of turn. What a menace. Rapid Kick. Empire with new clothes. This also was another somewhat relevant card. Sideboard mostly. Ooh, and Loop Garou, the new moon. Check out this bad boy. This is a pretty badass werewolf. Werewolves who control gain swiftness. Whenever a werewolf you control attacks, this card deals 100 damage to your opponent. If you control a moon, this card deals 200 instead. That's actually pretty neat. And I notice we don't get magic stones guaranteed. Tale of Fairy Tale. Search your main deck for a Fairy Tale Resonator. Reveal it and put it into your hand. If your rulers agree with the Fairy Tale Prince, you may put it into the field instead. This triggers its enter abilities. That's actually not bad. That's pretty strong. Yeah, but there was a card back then too. It came out after this set. Where it would bounce basically it would bounce your opponent's lands, and yeah, that's just stupid strong. I mean, imagine getting this out turn 3, bouncing it. I mean, bringing the Captain Hook, which bounces your opponent's lands, 2 lands, set your opponent 2 turns back. Nasty, disgusting. People hated you. And of course, the 1-drop swiftness, get the first hit in. Ratcatcher's Pipe, Siege Warfare. I don't know much about the Musketeer meta back then. I mostly knew about the fairy tales. Fairy tales I was more interested in. Crucifix, Jules Dragon's Neck, Gretel. Another relevant card. Reveal the top card of Magic Stone deck. If it's a Wind Magic Stone, put it in your Magic Stone area. Very nice. Very nice card indeed. Uncommon. And the deep ones. This card gains 2/2 for each resonator in your graveyard. Too bad it doesn't have, you can have as many copies abilities, or else this card would have been really strong back then. Oh well. Darkness Magic Stone and a Bloody Moon. Not a Blood Moon like in Magic. Fuck that card. This one is werewolves you control gain 2/2 and banish the card. Destroy target special magic stone. It's almost as bad, but you sacrifice the addition, wasting 3 pieces of mana just to pop a special magic stone. Might be useful now. I don't know. I don't think so. It's a lot of mana just to blow up someone's special magic stone. Ooh, Servant of Vampire. As your opponent plays a spell or ability targeting a vampire you control, he or she must choose this card instead. Well, if able. And got Cottage of Cakes. Hansel and Gretel you control cannot be targeted by spells or abilities your opponent controls. Pay green and tap. And remove target resonator you control from the game. Pay a green and tap. Banish the card. Put all resonators removed from the game by this card into your field. Of course, I'm pretty sure that triggers the enter ability. It's a rare. I guess all the rares are shiny, and I guess rares are at the end? I don't know. A little interesting, a little strange, a little different. It's, like I said, it is different compared to what we've seen before. This is, in fact, the early days. Treasury, Speedy Boy, Holy Grail! Enter Destroy Target Edition. And then tap, remove all damage that was dealt to target G/ruler this turn. I don't know what that ability would be for. Absolute Kick Zone. This card was pretty good back then too. Cancel target normal spell. If you control Hansel or Gretel, draw a card. Rabbit Geek Man and Swordsman of the Full Moon. Now this is some beautiful art. Made people play Were Rabbits. Were Rabbits, not really that relevant. Let's see, I'm messing with the focus. Ugh. It's worse. Yeah, it's worse if I increase it. Still, it's a nice card. Beautiful art. Used to be strong. Tell a fairy tale. Yeah, they didn't even do commons and uncommons and foil back then either. Like I said, they were kind of following Magic just because Magic was popular and it was successful. Banish the card. Target light resonator you control. J/resonator control cannot be targeted by spells until end of turn. Hot Shoes. Servant of Kaguya. It's a were-rabbit. Slippers. Blinded Prince. I think it was relevant too. This card cannot attack or block. Pay 0. This card loses all ability until end of turn. Plays this ability only have Rapunzel. And I think it was slow enough, but this card was strong. And Elvish Exorcist, Vampire Hate. Cause why not? Another Gretel, beautiful, and another beautiful Magic Stone. Hearth's Core, or is it? For you Magic lovers out there. And then Tinkerbell the Spirit. This card gains 2/2 for each fairy tale you control. I think there was a certain Tinkerbell. Yeah, I think it wasn't erotic correctly. I don't remember. But I remember this thing like wasn't a fairy tale. And so like you bring it out and since you have no other fairy tales it just kills itself or something like that. I don't remember. I don't remember. Like I said, I don't know if I'm guaranteed a ruler or not. Ooh, and here we have a poison apple. This one is actually pretty strong back then. Target resident area control gains 1,000 until end of turn, and at the end of turn, destroy it. I don't remember why it was strong. 1 inch boy, he's only 1 inch. It's actually like 1 inch punch kind of relevancy. This card deals damage to a resonator. Destroy that resonator. Seems okay. It's basically death touch. Blood sucking impulse. Target vampire deals damage equal to his attack to another target resonator. Then you gain life equal to half of that damage. Round it up. Elvish Bowman. Destroy target addition. That's actually pretty strong. For a 1-drop, just tap it, destroy an addition. Or in other words, like an artifact or enchantment. Yeah, that's strong. Deadman Prince, Purifying Fire. I remember this card being strong too. Ruler's Nameless Girl or Joan the Arc. Choose up to 2 instead. Deals 700 damage to player or deals 1,000 damage to target human. And then there was a special magic stone that would, I don't remember if it targeted your opponent's stuff. Laura, the Vampire Tutor. Beautiful card. Magic Stone, and a Vampire Staff. Vampire Staff, funny enough, got a different artwork, Halloween artwork. I don't remember if people played it a lot. I think it was like strong on paper, but like on practical use, it didn't really do much. Laura. Angry Snowman killed itself. Voice of the False Gods. Now this card's an interesting card too. Banish a Resonator. Sack a Resonator. If you do, draw 2 cards. If you banish a human this way, draw 3 cards instead. What's interesting about it is that it's in blue. You would think it would be in black. This card must attack if able. The 7 dwarves. They are scary dwarves. Charles. Oof. Maybe I'll just pay 1. Banish a human resonator. Draw a card. Banish a human resonator. Return target resonator to his owner hand. Charles! You're okay. Silver Bullet. Cinderella, the Ashen Moon. Now this card was meta. This card was definitely meta back then. When this card deals damage to your opponent, you may search your deck for a prince. Reveal it and put in your hand and shuffle your main deck. Banish the Resonator. Deals 200 damage to each Resonator your opponent controls. This card was relevant, I think, because you would have cards that you want to sack, and you'd be dealing 200 damage. Yeah, pretty strong. Weak, but at the same time, pretty strong. Water Magic Stone and another Bloody Moon. What attracted people to this game in the beginning was how easy to get a lot of these cards. Just from pulling boxes or boosters. Light of Hope. Another Were-Rabbit. Draw a card, discard a card. Basket. That. Matador. That. Treasury. Ooh, this is another relevant card too. Whenever you play normal spell, this card gains first strike and swiftness until end of turn. I don't remember what was considered a normal spell back in the day. I wonder if I could look it up. See what the Rada is. And we got a nice Orzhov or a white and black Magic Stone. See? Getting stuff is pretty dang easy. And Alvarez, the Demon Castle. Vampires in control. Get 2/2. Pay black, banish the card. Put target vampire from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah, it doesn't really show it, but I think Alucard is in here. Is in this as a ruler. I think he's pretty nasty. Inch boy, snow boy, sacking, dingy, dingy, dingy. A bull, Laura, hello. That, and of course, wouldn't be a magic copy with a thunder or a lightning bolt. This card deals 500 damage to target player or resonator for 1. I don't know who's on the picture, but you know, just gotta have those kinds of cards in any Magic game or Magic-esque game. Worst boy. Apples. That bitch. Magic stone and another cottage. Or, yeah, it is a cottage. Thought I read cottage somewhere. So far through the first, and no rulers, J rulers. And we have Carmilla, the Queen of Vampires. Beautiful card. Of course, you would search her with Laura. Destroy target non-vampire resonator. If your ruler is Alucard or J ruler is Dracula, and the resonator destroyed this way was human, put it into the field under your control. It loses all races and becomes a vampire. Strong card. Back in the day. Nice to see it pulled. Yeah, this is a lot of SRs. I don't know if it's like this normally in Magic. I think it is. I think you're guaranteed at least a rare or a mythic. I don't know about like how many mythics you get. I think it depends on your luck in Magic. Ooh. Wolf hunted in Black Forest. When this card becomes destroyed, if you don't control a moon, it deals 500 damage to you. 5/3. Strong. Another tutor for the fairy tales. Beautiful. Yeah, I really want to look up what normal spell is. Return to stories. Remove target nightmare or fairy tale resonator from the game. It's in white. And I guess they made this card for mirror matches or something. It's pretty weird having that in white. Romeo! Oh, Romeo. Where art thou, Romeo? This card is put into the graveyard from the field. If you control Juliet the Hope, you may pay a black. You do put this card from your graveyard into your field. Poor Romeo. He's a nightmare and he's immortal. Poor Romeo. Blackstone and Pale Moon. Where rabbits you control get 2/2. Pay a blue and banish. This card, return target resonator to his owner's hand. Hansel! We got Gretel, now we have Hansel. This card cannot be attacked as long as you control Gretel. Whenever this card deals damage to your opponent, draw a card. Okay. I think it was good back then, though. I don't remember. Of course, like every card game, the power creep becomes real, but at the same time, depending on what format you play, the power creep is irrelevant. Boros Magic Stone. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. And Spiral of Despair. Let's read it together. I think this card was pretty cool. Your opponent discards 2 cards. If your ruler's Pandora Girl of Box, or your J ruler's Pandora of Light, or Pandora of Dark, he or she discards 2 cards at random instead. And that means we can get a Pandora in this deck. The ruler side showed like 1 Pandora, like on the back side you wouldn't like. It would show either light or darkness. I think the light one destroys all resonators on the field. It's like a dark hole or a wrath of God. While the other side discards your opponent's hand, which is nasty. Which was also a strategy back then, of course. And we got one of the three musketeers who is beautiful and strong. Search your deck for an addition resonator. Reveal it, put it in your hand. If your ruler is Puss in Boots and your J or your J ruler is some dude, the bayonetter, you may add this card. You may add it to this card instead. Then shuffle your main deck. Equipment, beautiful. Of course, another thunder. So the next box opening, I don't know how long that'll take. Depends. Depends on what goes on in life. Because, like I said, even though the price was like $80, this thing wasn't $80. Midnight Bell. Total number. Okay, so the trigger. Yeah, that's the thing about the chance standbys. They also have like triggers. Total number of all resonators and all magic stones is 12. Resonators or opponent controls lose all abilities and become O2 until end of turn. Not bad. Oh, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And what else do you do? This card does not recover during the recovery phase. Rest of recovered resonator you control other than Rapunzel. Cover this card. And tap target resonator gets +2 and flying. It's under turn. Now, one of the things you might not know about Force of Will is you can attack into other people's creatures or resonators. They would have to be tapped. So pretty much having your creature tapped like Rapunzel is pretty risky. It's pretty risky. But if you can deal enough pressure, pretty sure you can win. Ooh, another card. It's a 5-drop though. He's 5-drop, and what does he do? Rest target resonator opponent controls. Doesn't recover till the recovery phase as long as the card's not on the field. And whenever it attacks, rest target resonator opponent controls. It does not recover during the recovery phase as long as this card's on the field. How annoying. What an annoying little big nose piper. Ooh. Ooh. Rabbit, apple, dude, elf girl, vampire, thingy, that. And we got Pandora of Dark. We got a ruler, everyone. Your opponent discards his or her hand. How mean. How mean indeed. And we got a Tinkerbell. But yeah, like the other Pandora, they all look like this. They all look like this Pandora. It was nice to know. That's pretty expensive. But even though it's black on this side, I'm pretty sure in the rulings, if you're playing Commander, that this would actually be an Orzhov colored Commander. Because how else are you gonna deactivate her? Should I put this in the sleeve? Why not? A beautiful clear sleeve. Got the Pandora. Now it makes me wonder who's next. You know, the formatting or like how everything's laid out in these on these. God damn it, autofocus. How everything's laid out. It's pretty nice. Although they made a good decision of putting like the void number in the circle so it doesn't take up most of the art. But I think I was fine with the attack and defense like this instead of putting it to the side. I don't know. I liked it when it looked like this. It was nice. Pretty sure other people liked it too. Produce a green for each musketeer you control when it enters. And the law of silence. The card that basically says, fuck you. Can't play normal spells or summon spells. Okay, so what I'm guessing now is normal spells is non-creature spells. Okay. Thanks, Law of Silence. You made things more clear for me. There's the Wolf Boy. And then Inquisition. This is an interesting card. Rest 2 recovered resonators you control. Recovered means not rested. If your ruler is named Carol or Joan the Arc, rest 1 recover resonator you control instead. If you do, destroy target resonator. Its controller may copy the spell and may, may choose new targets for the copy. Hmm, interesting. Well, all my rares are getting piled up. Also, one thing I like to make something out. That curve. When I pulled this out, that curve. It's not as bad as Magic's foils, but still, that curve. I think the card quality increased. Or maybe they just changed how the foils are, because feeling the back doesn't feel as textured as the other ones. Of course, the Force of Will differently textured, but like the whole card itself on the back. Hmm. Imagine I flip that over and it was a ruler. Interesting. Juliet, the Hope. There she is. Juliet doesn't get relevance. She doesn't get mentioned anymore. Oh look, there's her lover. Come on, autofocus. This card cannot be destroyed as long as you control Romeo, and as long as you control Romeo, Nightmare resonates, lose Nightmare, and gain Fairy Tale. Why? Why? I honestly don't know why. Interesting though. But still, your opponent's resonators need to be nightmares, and I don't know if there's like direct nightmare support. This one's, come on, this one's not being nice. Oh, that's why. Plastic got stuck with it. No, Romeo. Dark depths and a castle. So the next set after this one, it's called like Two Towers or something. No, not making that relevant. Not making that reference. No. There's like two castles or something like that. Because I think in the story, like Grim goes to fight out. Oh, look. Oh, I didn't know she was in this one. Oh, yeah, that's right. There are the treasuries. This one is still relevant in current meta. She's just that strong. Change the target of change the text of target treasury or control by replacing all instances with one attribute to end a turn. Huh? Then pay 2 blue and 1. Search your main deck for a treasury item, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. I think it's because of this side. Pay this ability when you have a treasure item on the field this turn, then you may pay 1 to put chance standby cards into the chance standby area instead of paying 2. I don't remember. I don't remember if she's relevant or not. But we do have this card. Beautiful Fina, silver player. The first part doesn't really matter. But the elves gaining 4/4. So strong. Such a strong ability. I think in the early days, it was like elf beatdown decks. So strong. Just to bully your opponent like that. Alright, will we be getting a third ruler? I don't think so. And autofocus was left on. Whoops. Nice magic zone and inquisition. But one thing I've noticed, it is called the Crimson Moon's Fairy Tale. And in the next set, the newest set that's coming out soon, it's already spoilers, you're on the Crimson Moon? Or Crimson Sun? So, I don't know how, so we're pretty much going back, but like, I don't know how much of this stuff is going to be like popping in. Well, they're only revealing the light stuff right now, the white cards. And there's only a reference to Yarlathotep or Scarlet? The one that looks like Red Riding Hood. I know Yarlathotep is a imposter, but I don't know. Whatever happened to Little Red Riding Hood? I think people got tired of her. She got printed into a resonator so many times. So many times relevant. Nice Cinderella. Fire Magic Stone and a castle. If we do pull another ruler, that'd be pretty interesting. Oh, this is a new card. Put a vampire resonator from your graveyard into your field. Triggers its enter ability. Thanks for letting me know that. Oh wait, uncommon. And then Commander Wolves. Man, this pile's getting big. Yeah, so in the story of this, Grim basically goes to fight Alucard, and Alucard's like, haha, you fell for my trap. And so Grim gets locked up, and Grim's sister. Oh, hey, we do get another ruler. Alright, this one's my favorite too. I think she was the first deck I made with her. Target attack. It can attack recovered resonators, J/resonator opponent controls. Target attack, of course, changed into precision because the word target attack got people confused. Tapper, rest target J/resonator. And you can pay 1, discard a poison apple, destroy target resonator. Downside to that, you can only have like 4 apples. Of course, the front side. Yeah. She works with apples instead of dying to apples. And it's like 2 copies now, or 3 copies actually. I have 3 copies of this guy, girl. Because I have the one I bought, and then from the anniversary set. Hey, thank you, Force of Will. Thank you, Force of Will, for having a really nice anniversary set. That was awesome. Reprinting all the rulers, new art. I mean, not new art, in a new border, so we can see all that beautiful art. Can't wait to sleeve it all. Still haven't sleeved them. Lazy. Yeah, like Magic. Pay $1,000 for proxies. Why? Magic Stone of Black Silence. Probably the best Magic Stone. It's either this one or the Black and Red. I think Black and Red now. Black and Green back then, because Green was so strong. And what was it in Magic? Like blue being the strongest color, and Force of Will is basically Force of Wind, because Green was so strong, just canceling your opponent's stuff, controlling the board. Blue didn't do shit back in the day. Blue didn't do anything. Another Thunderbolt. Another one to my collection. One more Thunderbolt for a playset. 3 packs to go. Maybe you could get another ruler. Never know. This does say Apple Bomb, so it doesn't really work in the discard. Another deep ones. He is a deep boy. Going in deep. Probably shouldn't say that. Then again, I've already said a lot of things. And I don't know if there were God packs back then either. I don't think God packs became relevant until Lapis color, not the Lapis rotation. Oh, how many rulers are we getting? Beautiful. And of course, we get the best boy, Grim Fairy Tale Prince. Pay the attribute cost of Fairy Tale Resonator with will of any attribute so strong. And then you could pay 1, discard a Fairy Tale Resonator, search your main deck for a Fairy Tale Resonator, feel it, put in your hand, shuffle your main deck, play it only once per turn. What a strong man. Oh, what his ruler side is? What do you mean? He is the ruler. See? He is the ruler. There is no backside. Oh. So I can use one of these card sleeves. Ta-da! Marin desu. Shoot, that's 4 rulers that we got. Are we gonna get a 5th one? Or am I just lucky in this box? Do you get 4 normally? I don't know. As you can see, the rulers came to me like they wanted me. And nice, another Fina. I don't think we really got a playset of any of the rares or the SRs. No, we didn't. But still, can see how easy to get all these SRs. Well, magic stones are considered Rs, but still. Very nice. Very beautiful. And of course, that's what made them so cheap. From what I remember, I think we're still missing a good chunk of other cards. So I don't know. But definitely Force of Will was cheap back then. I can say that for sure. Even the rulers were pretty cheap. I think Grim was like $15. Snow White was like $5, and this one was $7, and then the Pandoras were like $3 each. But we don't get that much. We get a good amount of magic stones. The art definitely got better with the magic stones later on. These are pretty dull looking, but still, they're nice to look at. Well, thanks everyone for watching. We did it. We made it to the end. Wasn't a pain in the butt. All right, and see you guys in the next one. Later.